when you think about what a SOC need to achieve, it always starts with the data. You start with ingesting, consuming, saving, retention of all the data that is out there in the organization in order to be able to see and stop attacks. If you think about it, any compromise on the type of data, on the timeline that you're retaining the data, may be hindering your way to see attacks, or maybe go back and check if you had something suspicious going on, do investigation, do forensics. So first and foremost, when we built a SOC platform, we took in consideration a platform that will enable security operations to ingest whatever data source they have in the organization, save it, have retention in a price that is manageable, that is scalable. If you think about the scale of the cloud, all organizations are now moving to the cloud. That puts a lot of challenges. We built our security operations platform on top of modern data architecture, like the Snowflake data lake, that enables predictable cost at the scale of the cloud, which can enable organization to grow, go through M&As, go through the changes that they need to do without compromise any data source. So that's the start. Then if you think about it, the data, it's not just ingested and retained. It needs to be built in a structure that you can query it, that you can investigate things on it, that you can run detection queries on top. So we built a unique layer that we call Schema Mapping, letting different sources of data, if you think about it, data coming from the endpoint, and different organizations have different endpoint tools, coming from different network tools, coming from different email servers, email systems, coming from different clouds, hybrid cloud environment. The data then need to be built into a structure, an infrastructure that can talk with it. Old SIEM legacy environments were just keeping the data as log repository, and you need data engineers, security engineers to make them talk to each other. We built it from the get-go in what we call a schema layer that help us, no matter what the source of the data, help us query, cross-correlate, have the data form a story together. So that's the second thing that we built into our system. Then comes a layer of detection. We all know that data, just as data, is a problem because it can generate a lot of false positives, a lot of noise. We built a detection layer that is mapped to the MITRE ATT&CK framework with TTPs, IOCs, threat intelligence that is being enriched, in which we actively, automatically hunt the entire data that is in our instance and keeps on looking for suspicious activities, linking also things that seamlessly looks completely unrelated, put them together into a complete attack story. What this does, it's completely alleviate the burden from security engineers of building queries, on being on top day in, day out of the latest and greatest attacks, because we know it's impossible to keep track with everything that is going on, new attack vectors. So we have out of the box those detection rules that go across the entire attack surface. You get them and they're being updated as we go, as things emerge, and we keep on updating them with a dedicated team that builds those detection queries ongoing. What happens is that all things that are detected are scored, prioritized, and cross-correlated into a complete attack story. This is being presented in a dashboard for the analyst in the SOC, so they can easily see what's the source of the attack, what's going on, who is involved, what assets are involved, what users are compromised, what is going on. So all those questions that somebody would otherwise do in a manual investigation, going through different logs of data, going through different sources of data, they can just see it as an attack story and easily can decide of what they want to do, how they want to act. So next, we built workflows, we integrate with SOAR tools, we work into the response workflow that organization will have to enable this complete flow from detection, investigation, straight into response. The outcome, faster time to detect, faster time to respond. Overall, the whole organization decreased the dwell time of attacker in the network.